Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre have both been announced for the Pokemon Go Hoenn Tour in Las Vegas. But the question is, how does Primal Reversion work in Pokemon Go? Not to get it mixed up with Mega Evolution, of course. I'm Alex Gum, aka Cheeklate, and welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead.
Yes, let's go! Shiny Uxie back to back! Oh my god! Oh my god!
So before we talk about Primal Reversion, let's talk about a few things first. There's been a minor update where every Pokemon can be able to appear in the wild, whether they are extra small or extra large. This is something that I could really care less about, but if that is something that excites you, I'm very glad it does. In addition, we also got some shinies toward the end of the Twinkling Fantasy event off camera. We are going to start off with a shiny Pidgey because it wasn't part of the event, but we got it nonetheless. We also got another shiny Bagon. Gotta love to see that. And then although we just had a Community Day Classic back in November, we got the shiny Dratini at the end. Now, also just a friendly reminder that today is the Lunar New Year event, so go out there and make those lucky trades and get those shiny Pokemon. And this Saturday is the Larvitar Community Day Classic, so be sure to go out and get as many shiny Larvitar as possible. Now, we're gonna jump right in to talk about Primal Reversion, but be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell before we do so. I'll give you guys like 3 seconds. Okay, that was 3 seconds. Let's talk about Primal Reversion. Like we said, Primal Reversion is coming to Pokemon Go, and the only two Pokemon that can Primal Reverse or Primal Evolve, however you want to word it, or go into its primal form, are Kyogre and Groudon. So how does this work? Well, you can see on this screen right here on the animation is how Groudon gets into its primal form. And then of course we have a certain energy called Primal Energy that you can use for either Groudon or Kyogre so they're able to undergo Primal Reversion. You can earn Primal Energy by defeating Primal Kyogre or Primal Groudon in Primal Raids, or just by completing specific research tasks. After undergoing Primal Reversion, Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon will stay in their primal form for 8 hours, after which they will return to their standard form. The more times Pokemon undergoes Primal Reversion, the less Primal Energy will be used. You'll receive bonuses when your Kyogre or Groudon reverts to its primal form. When Primal Kyogre is in your party, water, electric, and bug type attacks will benefit from attacking bonuses in raids. And when you have Primal Kyogre as your buddy, water, electric, and bug type Pokemon will grant you additional XP and candy. So guys, this is great for a few reasons. Number one, those are some of the main types of Pokemon for community days. 2, we also have Scatterbug. If you guys do that thing where you send postcards and pin them and encounter them, this is another good way to stack up on Scatterbug candy if you have Primal Kyogre as your buddy. Now when it's Primal Groudon at your party, fire, grass, and ground type Pokemon will benefit from attack bonuses in raids, and if you have Primal Groudon as your buddy, fire, grass, and ground type Pokemon will give you additional XP and candy. Same thing, other Pokemon with community days. We may get a Fennekin Calm Day in March or April, so if you have a Primal Groudon, Primal Revert that bad boy and you'll get a lot of XP and a lot of candy from a Fennekin. Kyogre and Groudon's primal level will increase the more times they revert in their primal forms, improving their bonuses. You can see a Pokemon's primal level and the bonuses granted by the level by navigating the Pokemon's page and tapping the primal level icon. Again, like with Mega Evolution. Okay, this is not a surprise, but it's going to be a new category in the Pokedex, but it's going to be in addition to Mega Evolution, so that's going to be that. Now, of course, this is going to start off in Las Vegas during the Hoenn Tour from February 18th to the 19th. Encounter Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon in Primal Raids during specific periods, beginning with the Pokemon Go Tour in Hoenn in Las Vegas. Primal Raids and similar to normal raid battles, but the Pokemon you challenge will be more powerful than those you may have encountered previously. Just like with Elite Raids, 5-star raids, mega raids, X raids, etc. Trainers will also have the opportunity during both Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn Las Vegas and the global events to complete Primal Surge field research, which may lead to increased opportunities to encounter Primal Kyogre or Primal Groudon in raids. There's also a couple of other things like featured attacks for both Kyogre and Groudon. Kyogre encountered in Primal raids will know the charge attack Origin Pulse, and Groudon encountered in Primal raids will know the charge attack Persistent Blade. I don't think I said that right. Precipus. I have never heard of this word before, and I even played Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I thought it was Precipal all this time. But anyway, those are pretty good moves, and of course, if you're lucky, you may get a shiny Kyogre or shiny Groudon. And then, of course, it's 130 all across the board. Now, there's a couple things that we need to note, because we usually ignore this part during an announcement, but I'm just going to read all this stuff. Featured attacks, Primal Energy rewards from Primal Raids, and the ability to perform Primal Reversion with Kyogre and Groudon is limited to ticket-holding trainers during Pokemon Go Tour Hoenn Las Vegas. Trainers without a Pokemon Go Tour Las Vegas ticket will not collect Primal Energy, will not have the ability to perform Primal Reversion, and will not encounter Kyogre or Groudon with featured attacks until Pokemon Go Tour Global. So that is very important to note, because we are going to have friends that we're going to invite to these raids, but because they didn't buy a ticket, they're going to have to wait until the following weekend for the global event to have those bonuses. So since Chris and I are going to go to Vegas, we're obviously going to have the bonuses, but if you're not going to Vegas for this event, you're not going to have this bonus like we are until the following weekend. So don't be too shocked if you don't have a Kyogre or Groudon with a charge move or have a certain amount of Primal Energy. Now, just reading this, it's obviously the same thing as Mega Evolution, but it's a lot bigger and more powerful. We are talking about the two mascots of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. And the fact that they're going to have their exclusive moves in raids, that's very exciting. The fact that they're going to have these kind of features, if you have it as your buddy or if you have it in your party, it's going to benefit multiple types of Pokemon based off the weather. So that's very exciting. So I cannot wait to have these Primal Reversions during community days, maybe for a Go Fest, maybe for like a certain type of weather. So if it's sunny outside, you can use Primal Groudon. If it's rain outside, you can use Primal Kyogre. This is super incredible, and I cannot wait to go to Las Vegas to get Primal raids down. I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about Primal Reversion in Pokemon Go? I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.